good evening, everybody, and welcome to Albion, Michigan. A beautiful, beautiful Tuesday night. We're fortunate enough to travel up here tonight, but then we're going to be inside the Kresge this evening for an exciting MIAA opener between the St. Mary's Bells and your Lady Albion Britons here. I'm Jim Funderburg along with Randy Roberts tonight, who is filling in for the other Jim Bellamy, who's a little bit under the weather. We're going to do the ball game tonight for you, and we have three more. In fact, we have two more after this one, three total for the season. But we open up tonight, and Randy, I tell you what, it will be unique to come up here and watch a ladies volleyball game on a Tuesday night. But anything to get us up here on campus and get us involved with some of the athletics here at the college makes me a happy guy.
Yeah, I have to admit, this is actually my first time I've ever been on the campus here on Albion, and just kind of checking everything out. Just a gorgeous place. You walk inside the Kresge here, and it reminds you of what basketball used to be like. That's for certain. Great facility. Looking forward to this one. I have spent a couple of years in the MIAA, so I'm at least familiar with the school names. I don't know volleyball I'm going to give you a lot, but should be a pretty good one.
It should be a whole lot of fun this evening. Let's start out with just the coaches, and then we'll get into these two teams and how they've done so far and how they're playing this year. Obviously, for the Albion Brits in her 8th season, Kristen Slammer de St. Aubin is the coach tonight for the Brits, a 2007 graduate of Albion College. Back home, coaching the Brits, and so far this year they're 9-5 overall, and they're on a 2-match winning streak. On the other side of the net tonight, though, Randy, you've got a lady who's been in the coaching business for a while and quite a storied history.
Yeah, Denise Vanderwall, her 5th year at St. Mary's with 30th overall. Spent some time at BGSU with the Falcons, 591 career wins. St. Mary's team up and down this year, 6-6, have lost 4 of their last 6. So looking to get right tonight as they start MIAA play.
Britons come in 3-1 at home so far this season with home victories over Anderson and Marietta and Mount St. Joe. They took those 3-0, 3-1, and 3-1 respectively. Their per set averages 12.24 kills per set, 11.33 assists, 1.9 blocks per set, 1.94 serving aces, and almost 17 digs in a set for the Albion Britons tonight. Team being led by kills with Kate Winter with 153 and Kelsey Gustafson with 132, and also Chloe Weber with 116 kills so far this year. Grace Van Doren has a 317 set so far this year. Ava Smith with 140, so those are the two young ladies that make this whole thing move. And the dig leaders include Jenna Carey with 214, Kelsey Gustafson with 150, Grace Van Doren with 133, and Cameron Haley with 102. St. Mary's comes in, very interesting crew here tonight, Randy.
Yeah, 6-6 overall, as we said, but you want to talk about the Battling Bells kind of being road warriors this year. 7 neutral site matches, 3 more away from home. So you look, 10 of the 12 they've played have been away from their home in Indiana. So 2-1 away from home, 4-3 on the neutral courts, just over 12 kills per set, 11.3 assists, 1.5 blocks, just under 1 ace, and 19.5 digs. The problem has been at the serving line for St. Mary's this year, 43 aces while surrendering 92. They're led in kills by Nicole Lukens with 146, Megan Koliatis with 115, Lindsay Pelletier with 74, Morgan Vanderway leads the team as the top setter, 223, Claire Hennessy with 203, Brittany Tancani leads the way in digs, 238, Lukens with 186, and Koliatis with 172.
Well, as you said a little earlier, tonight is the opening night in the MIAA. So far in the conference, we'll give you a feel for the way this thing stacks up right now. Leading the conference now is Calvin, who are 11-1 on the season. Hope at 11-3, Kalamazoo at 11-3, Olivet at 10-3, Alma at 8-4, Albion 9-5, Trine at 8-5, St. Mary's at 6-6, and Adrian at 4-6. But of course, the one that counts right now for everybody that's starting tonight is that other side, because everybody's 0-0 in the MIAA here tonight. And a full schedule tonight and also Friday, Randy.
Yeah, take a look tonight. A couple of matches already underway. Hope traveled to Alma. Trine's home with Adrian. Of course, you got this one where Albion plays host to St. Mary. And Olivet is at the K-Zoo. That's right, isn't that
yes,
right,
sir.
Kalamazoo?
It's a zoo.
It's a zoo up there. That's for sure. Jim talked about a couple of matches on Friday. Trine will be at Olivet, and St. Mary's in a non-leaguer will finally get a home match for them. They're going to entertain North Park.
Man, that's always got to make you feel good to get home finally after a long road series. As you notice up in the top left-hand corner of your screen right now, webcast at albion.edu. If you'd like to let us know that you're out there, if you'd like to let us know that you're rooting for a certain person, if you'd like to let us know that we don't have a clue what we're doing on a Tuesday night, but you just enjoy listening to us, they're more than happy to do that as well. Ken Reeker tonight will be our director and our producer. And we have some fun things in store for you tonight, several different cameras that you can take a look at, and we hope to bring you a lot of great action here this evening between the Britons and the Bells here on the Britain Sports Network. We're about 13 minutes away from the start of this one tonight. We did have an opportunity to have Bobby Lee, the SID here at Albion, sit down with the coach, and she gave us a little preview for tonight's game. So why don't we turn it over to Bobby Lee here on the Britain Sports Network.
Yeah, I'm really proud of our girls. I think we've really embraced just kind of our process of learning and growing. I think that's what our September has been about. Everything that we've done up until this point has been about getting ready to be playing our best by the time we get to our conference play. Grace is just such a tremendous player and does her job every single day in practice and match. She does so much for us defensively and offensively, and she's running our offense in sometimes a 6 rotation position, sometimes a 3 rotation position, depending on our matchups and what we need. And she just does a great job distributing the offense, especially when she's really consistent and our offense is on. It makes her job easier. Kate had a great week, and she's so capable of that. She's so athletic and can really just bounce balls in front of people, and we want her to do that all the time. Sure, St. Mary's is such a great program, great ball control, really well coached, so we really have to defend their pin hitters and really take it to them serving tough, and have to play a great defensive match. It'll be a battle.
Back here in Albion as Bobby Lee comes in with some starting lineups for us there. Good. We'll let Randy take care of that one for me here real quick as we get back into this thing. Hey, some really good things happening around here in Albion this week as setter Grace Van Dorn from North Aurora, Illinois, West Aurora senior moved into the 3rd place on Albion's career assist list this week with 2,319. She completed a double-double in all 3 matches last week, 23 assists and 16 digs versus Defiance, 23 assists and 17 digs versus Mount St. Joe, 34 assists and 15 digs versus Franklin, giving her 7 for the season and 44 for her career. Right side hitter Kate Winter from White Lake, Michigan joined the list of 11 players with at least 24 kills in 4-set match this season when she pounded 24 and hit 391 versus Franklin. Albion's leader with 153 kills this season. Winters reached double figures in kills in the last 4 matches. Middle blocker Chloe Weber from Marshall finished with 11 kills and a career-high 8 blocks versus Franklin. Libero Jenny Curry from Farmington Hills, Michigan, came up with an assist shy of a double-double with 26 digs against Franklin. Curry was credited with a career-high 28 digs in Defiance. Coming up here also this week around Albion College's men's soccer team will be at the Alumni Field Friday night. The Britons have a 6 o'clock kickoff versus Bluffton, and the next home match for Albion College Volleyball is going to be 1 week from tomorrow night, Wednesday night, October the 2nd, when the Britons take their side of the net versus MIAA rival Olivet, and we will be here for that one as well.
Now will you and Kenny have the ability to head out over to the soccer field and start putting soccer on?
Kenny can do that. Kenny, he walks over, he's got a little camera that's built into his forehead where his third eye used to be.
Get the, is it the ref cam? You can just get out there right there in the middle.
And he goes there and we switch back and forth. And Jim Bellamy then calls an awful lot of the games from there at that point in time. You know, this is a conference that is known for its volleyball, though. Randy. I mean, when you start to look at teams coming in from Calvin and Hope, these are teams that not only are competing on conference levels, they're generally competing in the NCAAs most years as well.
Yeah, you can say that for a lot of sports at the MIAA. It's known nationally, one of the better Division III conferences in the country. It doesn't matter, football. There's always teams battling. Basketball always has really, really good, men's and women's teams.
Yes.
Volleyball. Calvin is the number 2 preseason pick in the country.
Yes.
So, this is a conference that's known for their athletics, and I think we're going to get a lot of that.
Well, when you look at it, let's just take a look a little bit of this conference, because this is the night it all starts around here. When you take a look at the coaches ranking here this year, they ranked it out as Calvin being the first place team with 64 points. Hope was second with 57. Alma third with 50 points. Albion is fourth with 41 points. Trine with 33. St. Mary's at 6th with 25. Adrian 24 and 7th. And Olivet and Kalamazoo round things out. Olivet at number 8 spot with 21 and Kalamazoo with 9. When you start to take a look at these guys, as you mentioned though, Randy, Kalamazoo's coming in here with some high hopes this year. And, that's a tough ladies team, whether it's basketball or volleyball at any time. But there's a reason why those coaches are picking them this year.
Yeah, take a look at Calvin. As Jim said, picked as the top team in the MIAA. Good reason, already off to 11-1 start this year. They were the number 2 preseason pick, said earlier, the coaches poll. For good reason. All they did was advance to the D3 National Championship game for the second time in 3 years last year. Not too bad.
No, not too bad. And I'm not sure exactly where Calvin and Hope come up with some of these young ladies, but they walk them in here, and that's the tallest teams that you'll ever see on a normal basis. So to say that they have some athletes on their side is an understatement, because whenever they come to town, you've got a handful. Whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whether it's baseball, whether you're just going to come in and play a little foursquare out in the parking lot, they really will come in and give you everything they've got. Hope's about the same way, ranked number 21 nationally by the preseason pollsters. The Flying Dutch returned the NCAA champions in 2018. McKenna Otto is back. She's from Wheaton, Illinois. She was the 2018 MIAA Freshman of the Year, and the All-Region selection is one of the top returnees for the Flying Dutch this year, along with Gabby Vachon. She's a senior out of Grand Rapids. She's one of the MIAA's top returning defensive specialists after Vachon averaged 4.15 digs per set in MIAA play last season. Next on the list comes the Alma Scots, and they're no slouch either, Randy.
No, already off to an 8-4 start, picked third after going 19-8 a year ago. They returned 2 first-team all MIAA performers, and Sarah Majorly from Rockford, Haley Novak from Midland, both of those in Michigan. The Scots emerged, kind of came out of nowhere last year, and really stepped it up, went 6-2 to finish third in the MIAA. Marley was third in the MIAA as a freshman, 3.83 kills per set, and one of the teams we're going to see tonight, Albion, kind of rounding out that top half of the MIAA.
No doubt, man. Features 2-time second-team All-MIAA selection. Grace Van Dorn Jr., she's out of North Aurora, Illinois. Van Dorn ranked third in the MIAA play with 9.45 assists per set, so almost 9.5 per set. All 9 MIAA teams start the 2019 season here on Friday, August the 30th, which was a while ago, and they've been playing now since the end of August, and they start the MIAA tournament, MIAA season tonight, and they will round everything else up the early part of November and then get into tournament time. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Now, there were some honors this week for the Britons, and they came not only here on the volleyball cart, but they also came on the football field as well. This week, 3 Albion College student athletes, football kickoff return specialist Isaiah Gibson and quarterback Kyle Thomas, and volleyball setter Grace Van Dorn were among the MIAA Athletic Association Athletes of the Week. Gibson and Thomas helped the Britain football team improve to 3-0 on the season with a 56-41 victory over Eureka on Saturday afternoon. a junior from St. Petersburg, Florida, who prepped at Northside Christian. Gibson averaged 53 yards on 3 kickoff returns, boosted by good field position for Albion's offense all afternoon. Thomas, a junior from Wixom, Michigan, prepped at Walleye Lake Western, piled up 457 total yards of offense last week, and also threw for 4 touchdowns last week. That is a record for the Albion Britons. He had actually set it or tied it the week before with 3, but last week with 4 touchdowns, he became the #1 quarterback for the Britons in history for the number of touchdowns thrown in a game. Also last week, Van Dorn, a junior from North Aurora who prepped at West Aurora Senior, was selected as Specialty Player of the Week at volleyball after moving into 3rd place on Albion's all-time list for assists. She completed that double-double in all 3 matches last week, and basically is a young lady that we're going to pay an awful lot of attention to tonight. So she was also selected as Specialty Player of the Week in the MIAA last week. So a whole lot of talented folks around here in Albion. We're getting set to call some volleyball tonight. We're happy to have you out there. Why don't we step away for about a minute? When we come back, we'll have the national anthem. We'll introduce all the players to you, and the action will be underway here at the Kresge on the Britain Sports Network.
Spend an awesome Wednesday evening at your local Albion Farmers Market. Smell the fresh produce picked at the peak of freshness, and enjoy the simple pleasures of fruits and vegetables that are locally grown for a midweek meal or special occasion. It's a great way to support local farmers, neighbors, and the Albion community. As a Bridge Card user, you'll double your money by purchasing farmers market produce. Seek out a fresh new experience because it never gets old at the Albion Farmers Market.
Back here in the Kresge's gym and Randy Roberts tonight, and it should be a whole lot of fun tonight. Randy, you got some, we have starting lineups. Bobby will take care of the official starting lineups. Why don't we go through them right now as we're getting ready for the national anthem here tonight at the Kresge.
Yeah, Albion will have first serve tonight, so their starting lineup will see Kate Winter, a 5'10 junior, Alexa Hitchko, a 5'11 freshman, Kelsey Gustafson, a 5'11 senior, Chloe Weber, a 5'10 sophomore, Cameron Haley, a 5'6 junior, and Grace Van Dorn, as Jim mentioned, had a pretty good week last week, a 5'5 junior. We'll take a look at that starting lineup for St. Mary's. We'll go with Megan Coliantis, a 5'10 freshman, Nicole Lukens, a 5'9 senior outside hitter, Sam Vorder, a 5'9 freshman, Morgan Vanderway, a 5'7 junior, Lindsay Pelletier, 5'11 junior, and Alyssa Chong, a 5'10 junior, Alyssa Thornton as well, 6 foot sophomore. So very young team is this group coming from Indiana.
Well, you know, that's the key. You oftentimes have that senior bunch that's around with you for 4 years, or seniors and juniors, and then unfortunately in the college ranks, at that point in time, graduation occurs, and the next thing you know, you're looking for new folks, and you do become an awful lot younger oftentimes as it goes, whether you like it or not. They graduate and they move on, and that's exactly what happens around here as the buzzer sounds, and we're about ready to bring you some action here, but we will step away in just a moment for the national anthem, and then also the introduction of all of the players on both teams here tonight.
I guess
it'll be a lot of fun.
Since you took the time to get some of this info, we should probably at least mention it once. Lukens for St. Mary's is going to be a player to watch, Jim. 400 career kills. It's second most at St. Mary's since 2001.
Yeah.
So a transfer from Clarion University, someone to look forward to. And Morgan Vanderway, 1,000 sets. Going to be some of their big players.
Wow. With that, why don't we send it over to Bobby Lee, who is our PA announcer tonight, to get us ready for the action here tonight at the Kresge.
During your time at Kresge Gymnasium, we encourage all participants in competition or in the stands to be loud, be proud, and be positive. To remind you, Kresge Gymnasium is a smoke-free environment Reaper caps, military veterans who remain covered while rendering the hand salute as we honor America. Please join the Albion College Pep Band under the direction of Sam Utah in the performance of our national anthem. Hey, 20, Ava Smith. 19, Jessica Heckner. 20, Ava Smith. 19, Jessica Heckner. 20, Ava Smith. 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 20
we have had the introductions, now the traditional shaking of hands there underneath the net. The little gotcha.
Doesn't that get you fired up?
Happy to see you. Good to see you again. And then,
Hey, hope it beats you for the next time, but we'll be friends afterwards again.
That's how that works, man. Yep. We're going to kick you. We're going to kill you. You'd love to have a little microphone down there on the net, wouldn't you? Because even though as polite and as proper as these young ladies can be, there's got to be a little bit flat butt every now and then on something, especially with the guys.
Few non-broadcastable things, I'm sure, get said.
Especially with the seniors that have been around and they've been playing one another for a while. You would expect that there might be some things that go on there. Good to have you with us tonight on the Britain Sports Network. And again, if you'd like to talk to us, Albion, webcast at albion.edu. Webcast at albion.edu. If you're watching on the computer, go over there, type me a little note, and let us know how we're doing here tonight, but it should be a whole lot of fun. What we're hoping for, obviously, tonight, a quickie, man. 3 sets for the Brits, and we head on back down home. But
I like it.
The way that this works most of the time, you don't get what you ask for, and we do expect a very competitive match here tonight between the Bells and the Brits here this evening.
And if you're a young guy like me, you see the hashtag to the right of the scoreboard on your screen.
Yep.
Hashtag Go Brits.
There you go, man.
First time I think I've ever said that in my life.
That's good for you. It cleansed your soul, didn't it, a little bit,
Spent the last couple of years working closely with another MIAA program I won't mention. But
we won't say who they were, but it kind of rhymes with fine. Okay, yeah, you know those guys. We beat them last year on their home floor there for the MIAA Men's Basketball Championship.
That might have come up a time or two.
Grace Van Dorn with the volleyball in her hands, waiting to make this all happen.
We had a couple of the practice balls, I think, kind of didn't get collected. And now it looks like we're going to be ready to go. Someone hit him behind the drums in the back. They do it.
We've got the pep band on hand tonight for Albion. We've got a good crowd on hand, and most importantly, we have you sitting out there watching tonight on the Brit Sports Network, and we're happy to be here with you this evening as we're ready to get everything underway. Our very first volleyball broadcast for the Britons here, and we're looking forward to it tonight. So Van Doren gets the whistle, and the first serve hits to the middle. First attempt to kill gets knocked away and into the rafters. And a nice job there by number 13, Lindsay Pelletier, to put that one away. 1-0 St. Mary's. So we move everything to the other side now with Morgan Vanderway. Vanderway with the big hit to the middle. And the kill right away for the Britons for Kate Winter, the 5'10" junior out of White Lake, Michigan. Boy, the eyes got big when she saw that come across the net, Randy. I'm going to call you Jim a few times because Jim and Jim show's been forever. So Randy filling in for Jim tonight. So if I call him Jim, he'll answer because he's a true professional, but he'll give me a hard time afterwards, no doubt about that.
Nice tip there. Tough break, hitting it right into the net. When they went to the rally scoring, I'm going to say a couple of years ago when it's probably been closer to 10 or 15 now. Remember the old style when you had to get the serve out for a point, you couldn't dig it out of the net. Now you can, but a tough break there for St. Mary's.
Hitchko was right there to knock it right back home if she had that opportunity. She just didn't get that chance. And again, another forced error by the Britons makes it 3-1.
Yeah, big block there. I think that was Alexa Hitchko. Got the first block, and again, St. Mary's stuck trying to dig the ball out of the net.
Good job by the front line here of the Britons so far early tonight as they put that one right back over the net immediately. I'm not sure whether 4 or 5 Winter or Hitchko.
I think that was Winter. Yeah, again, you said it. The front line really doing a great job. They seem to know where the ball's coming from and are able to kind of move over and came up with a big play there.
Set in the middle, and the block back down into the face of the Bells by Alexa Hitchko. And Hitchko has absolutely been dominant on the inside of that court so far tonight, Randy.
Yeah, she has. She's played really, really well now, and a big serve coming up here.
Nice dig by the Brits. The reset. Bells keep it alive. Sneak it over. The bump by Van Dorn. Back to the middle, and this one will end on the Albion side of the net. Score a point for the Bells.
Yeah, nice play for Van Dorn, though. Kept that in play. Went out of bounds, kind of track it down and sent it back in. Just unfortunate Albion couldn't take advantage.
Serve goes center. Comes over to the right wing, and the kill is made with emphasis by Katie Winter.
Now Winter able to use that left hand. She has the like being able in that right corner, but she can use that left side and not have to worry about coming from outside in. Just kind of keep it in, able to come up with a big play.
Webb comes in, Hitchko sits down as the Brits have a 6-2 lead here early on in set number 1. Nice little tip. Bells were waiting for that big hammer and they didn't get it. And there's another nice block for the Brits on their front line. I'll tell you what. Chloe Weber, who just came into the game, making her presence known, as she is absolutely dominating that net now.
St. Mary's trying to get creative in the front line. They know they can't kind of come straight at Albion. They're trying to get creative, but the Brits just with all the answers, and there's going to be a big ace there.
Corey with the first ace for the Brits on the evening here. 8-2 Britons. Jenna Corey from Farmington Hills. Nice placement on that serve. Big stick, but the rejection by the Brits, and here comes that big front wall again. Nice job by the Bells to be able to send that over, and a little trouble by Grace Van Dorn being able to handle that one. But I'll tell you what, so far tonight, the Brits have just absolutely dominated the inside of that net, man. They're 2-3 feet above that net every time the ball is coming back from the Bells.
Yeah, it's almost like they know it's coming, like right there. Great setup and a great deal.
Britons bring Ava Smith into the match right now, along with Jessie Hepner. And Smith will go back on that back line to serve out of Wabash.
Yeah, Hebner with a lot of size as a middle blocker at 6'1".
Set to the left side. The slam will be good, and the point will be scored by the Bells. Number 5, Megan Colonades.
Yeah, Hebner tried to get the block. She's in the right spot. Just kind of rolled up off her arm and got away from her. It'll be a point for St. Mary's.
Sam Vorder in the match now for the Bells. She heads to the back line to serve. Good set, good slam. Nice dig by Tacchiani.
Yeah, both of the Bears have played real well so far. Just not enough on the tip. It's a good idea by Chloe Weber. You can't, what I've learned in volleyball, Jim, is you can't just do the same thing every time. Defenses get smart to it. Tried to get cute, go with a tip, just didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, you know, again, first night, getting things dialed in here.
Right? Like a bit of a miss hit. Oh, I thought that hit the floor, but that was a big dig out of there. A big set over again. The setters, the defense knows the setter's going to go to the line, and sometimes, again, they'll just go over, kind of mix it up, and that's what Albion was able to do there.
Tarkani dug the first one out, but she couldn't get to the second one as the Brits very strategic in their second move. Cameron Haley back in the match there for the Britons, and she'll serve. Comes across a little bit too much there by Chloe Weber.
And she saw a lot of room there. She kind of just reared back, let her rip, and out of play. But I don't know a single coach at any level that would say that's a bad ball.
No, not at all. Let her rip, tater chip is what they always say,
that's right?
Good serve to the back line. Set to the middle from the left wing, and a nice job getting up and blocking that one back, Alyssa Chong.
Lukin's right in there as well, and again, they kind of have an idea of what Albion's trying to do.
11-6, Britons here, set number 1. Back set for the slam, and it's a little bit too. How did it get in?
That stayed in.
It
Yeah,
did get in.
Yeah, Albion looked at it and they thought that was going to go out, and I believe that was Chung.
Yeah.
With the kill, yeah. One of those. It's kind of a 50-50. You know, it's in or it's out, and they let it go, and it stayed in.
Vanderway with the serve to the center again. The slam right at the feet of Megan Galanthus.
Jesse Hepner, a big one there again. Perfect setup. Setters from Albion have done a fantastic job, Jim, just getting the front line the ball in perfect spots.
Van Dorn back on the floor, and she will serve. Yeah, they have. Now they stack it up with a line in the middle, and the service goes into the net for a net serve. Boy, the first one we've seen tonight. 12-8 now for the Britons. Set number one. Obviously, we played best of 5 here tonight.
I tell you what, they've all been fast and furious. They fire the ball up, and everyone's ready to go.
Vanderway moves to the left side and then serves. Set to the left side of the front line for the Britons is returned. Nice dig to the top of the building, basically, and then the slam to the back line. But I'll tell you what, good job by the Bells to take that hit and get it back across the net. And all of a sudden, then, Kelsey Gustafson says, no, I think I've had enough of this. There's a hole back at the backside, and I'm going to put it there.
Yeah, I'm starting to see why Grace Van Dorn was the MIAA Player of the Week last week once again. Perfect pass, great assist, right to a good spot, and able to get the big kill for Albion.
Gustafson to the center. One set and the spike. That was number 12, Morgan Vanderway.
Yeah, same thing again, just able to put it right on the money.
Yeah, they're going to give that to Nicole Lukens, actually, as we say it's number 6. Nice job. I'll tell you what, Megan, you've got Alexa Hitchko came back in the lineup and made him pay, and then she wanders off to the sideline here again. But a nice job by that front nine, 14-9 now for the Britons. That one a little too far.
Yeah, it just floated a little bit. You got to like the way Albion's playing, but the problem is they make just enough mistakes to keep St. Mary's hanging around.
Yeah. Good dig by the Britons.
Yeah, Libero there for St. Mary's, a nice play. Another block of the net, but I think the officials are going to say that ended up.
Nola Wallace, the junior, 6'1" out of Niles, got that one across the net before it came back down.
Yeah, I think they said on the block for Albion it hit the post there, and it's out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect setup there, nice easy kill.
Chloe Weber says, here you go. We'll get that one back. 15-11 now for the Britons, heading towards 21. Kate Winter sits down. Britons now disguising everything in the center again with that forefront.
Yeah, you can't give away the defense. Where do you plan on lining up?
Good slam by the Bells there for the point, 15-12.
Yeah, it's a tough player. Kelsey Gustafson there reached out and tried to get the dig out. Just send it over towards her bench.
15-12 now. Bells trying to work their way back into this. Sam Border straight in the middle. Fires it deep to the back line. Slam, and the dig comes over by Evander again. On the other side, it's Corey that digs. Slam by 15, Jesse Hepner for the winner, 16-12.
And you saw Brittany Tarkani there. She knew it as soon as she had kind of looked at her hands.
Yeah.
How dare you let me down?
It will happen every now and then.
Right.
Cameron Haley like to get into a run right here. Maybe put this thing away. 6 straight points will get her done. We got a whistle though.
Yeah, it's 25, Jim.
Oh, 25. I'm sorry. I like playing to 21, man. I can't make it that far.
There's card games where you play to 21.
17-12. We got a timeout on the floor. Interesting situation tonight. Looking for some live stats. I don't have any right now, so I don't know whether they have not been updated yet or whatever, but that's okay. Bobby doing some PA work, and they're doing a little statting on that side as well. We'll check with them at the end of this game. 17-12. I like the aggressiveness of that the Britons front line, man. I'll tell you what, they're all over the place. When you take a look at these young ladies tonight, Randy, you can see why the Brits have a lot of optimism as they go into this MIAA season.
Yeah, every coach will tell you they want the attack to be at 100%, but you're not going to get it. But as you said, Jim, really the aggressiveness from Albion, kind of the difference here early on. You're kind of really going right at St. Mary's, mixing it up enough where it's not the same attack, and that's the one thing you have to be careful of is defenses get smart, and they get smart in a hurry, and when they know what they're, when you line up a certain way and you're across the net, you kind of see what's happening, and Albion able to mix it up, change formations enough, and it's kind of keeping St. Mary's off balance.
Cameron Haley back to serve this one for the Britons. Curry, the libero for the Brits. Ava Smith in there as well in that midline. Good set, good hit by the Bells. Makes it 17-13.
Yeah, Colientis once again with a big kill, and how many times we've seen this in volleyball? You get the kill, now it's your time to step back and fire away a serve.
See if you can't make things happen. The freshman jumps and serves. Set on the left wing, but it's saved. Good dig on this side by Ava Smith.
That one left a little funny. I think that one was deflected right at the net.
Tough situation because that one hung a little too high, and Nicole Lukens able to clean it up.
And Lukens able to go over, and not only that, but avoided getting into the net for a penalty.
Curry didn't set it exactly where she wanted, you could tell. And it set Lukens up for the easy one.
That was trouble off the jump there for Albion. A bad pass going to set him back.
Double hit on this side gives the ball back over to the Bells, who trail by 2. We'll take another timeout here on the Britain Sports Network. Again, if you'd like to comment to us tonight, you can. It's webcast at albion.edu. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're following here tonight. All those kind of good things. Good to have you with us this evening on a Tuesday night. As I said, we'll be back here again next Wednesday night for the next contest for the Britons, which should be a whole lot of fun. As next Wednesday night for the Britons, we have, well, I thought I had that schedule right in front of me, but I don't. We'll go back a page here real quick and pull that up. I think it's Calvin coming in, or Olivet next week, possibly. Olivet coming in next week.
We do have one shout out. James Bellamy watching from Ohio says enjoy the match.
Jimmy Bellamy, who's having a few vocal issues here tonight, trying to work his way through and get back here next week with us.
Oh man, you mean this isn't full time for me? Oh.
So next week it's a 6:30 game with Olivet. And then we have a Tuesday, let's see, we move into the very end of the month with Hope coming in here on Wednesday the 16th. So those are the 3 games we will be doing this year here on the Britain Sports Network. Serve gets dug out mid-court. Swings left side. Slam is blocked back over. Reset for the Bells. And a big hit that time by the Bells, number 6, Nicole Lukens. And again, what did we hear in the pre-game show? Nicole Lukens is what we were going to hear tonight. And that's exactly so far what we have heard. Still waiting for some stats to be updated so we can give you the number of kills and assists. Not sure whether we'll get those live or maybe at the end of each game here tonight, each set tonight. Set gets blocked back by the Brits, but I think it just goes out of bounds. And this is tied at 17-all. So the Britons early on had a nice clean lane to drive through, and the Bells have done a nice job to be able to seal that off a little bit better, make it a little more difficult for the Brits to come up and attack that net the way that they'd like to. Net serve makes the Brits 18-17.
Yeah, big break there for Albion as you kind of feel the momentum switching there. St. Mary's taking some of it, a serve in the net's going to give the ball back over to the Brits.
Chloe Weber with the big jump. kicks it on the other side to Lukens, who saved it. And the big hit stays in, and it's Lukens again. Tell you what, she seems to be all over this floor tonight. Randy, there's like 3 of her out there.
Yeah, it's a big kill there, and got helped out as the line judge on the bench just said that ball was tipped, and that's why you see St. Mary's serving it.
Little push on the left side. Nice dig by the Brits. Big hit from the kill that time. Says, all right, we'll try it on the left corner over here. And Kelly Gustafson slams one home to the floor here on the Kresge, 1918 Brits.
Yeah, nice job of the rotation, just getting it around to her and able to get some room, get a big kill.
Grace Van Dorn serves it deep to the center. Set over her head, and then a big kill for the Megan Vanderway. And just like that, I'll tell you what, this Bell squad has made it a 19-19 contest, and we said each one of these MIA games this year are going to be nail biters more than likely. This is a pretty balanced conference, and everybody's going to fight for a win, especially on opening night. Nice placement deep by Kelsey Gustafson.
And we get the push there, and again, nice job of just mixing it up, not going for the big hit. Saw an opening, just a little push, and St. Mary's kind of gambling that was going to go out, elected not to play it. And then they're going to follow that up with a big ace.
Gustafson now with 2 big plays back to back, and we're 4 away from winning the opening set tonight. She'll serve again. Middle and low. Brits, I think, in the net. Nope. They're saying the Bells were in the net.
Yeah, I think well, Jim, since we know Jim's watching, he's more than happy to correct me. I believe it's kind of like a goal line in football with the net, where it's kind of straight up.
Yep.
And you have to go straight up, and you can't go over. And I think that's what the officials called St. Mary's when they went for it, kind of went up over the imaginary line there on the neck. So I've given you 2 pieces of information.
I'm telling you what, man. Jim Who is what we're going to say. Yeah, Jim Who. Nah.
I love you, Jim.
We miss you, Jimmy, back there in Bryan, Ohio. We got another shout out.
Got another shout out here from Matthew Guthrie. He says we're watching from 500 feet away in Britain room number 3.
There you go.
must be straight across from us over here.
I love it, man. I hope there's not a lot of lag in the webcast tonight.
We got a suite up there? How does that work?
You got your own little suite over there, and the whole works right across the gym floor from us here.
Well, I could see there's a couple couches in there. I see kids running around. You know what? That's probably what we should have asked, because we got the window we can see out of it.
Yeah, you should have worked up there. Got the whole thing going on over there.
Get a little mini fridge, some beverages in there. I like it.
Gustafson again, as her teammate formed right in front of the net, waiting on the serve. Again, that has always been part of the fun part of the volleyball, the disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Tip goes out.
Heads up play there, Grace Van Dorn could have easily played that and did the smart thing and watched it go out of bounds, get a point for her team, knowing they need 2 more to win.
Caney saves it.
I thought that was headed right towards us.
Good dig by the Brits.
See if they can get this one over.
Nope.
Made an effort, tried to get over in 3.
Really good try there by Gustafson to dig that one out, but unfortunately, Shelby Palmer didn't have really the opportunity she would like to keep that ball in play. 23-20. Faking the slam. And right there to knock that one back home was number 5, Megan Calanthus. Tell you what, no slouch for that young freshman right there as well. She'd get up and get it done right there on the net.
Yeah, made her way over from California.
The good say, come on down, the California girl, the winner in Hitchco right there to put that one back on the floor. And now we're 1 point away from the Britons coming up with a first set victory.
They're trying to get fired up here. Huge try to get a win in this first set. Oh, a floater of a serve.
Big block, but a save for the Bells. Tip, and again a dig. And a great dig that time by Corey for the Brits. Got to fight for that last point. Always a little harder to get that last one. Back assist. Nice dig by the Bells. Again, Corey sets it straight up here in the gym. And the hammer gets returned as well. And finally, number 2, Brittany Tarkani gets it across the net, and it stays there, 24-22.
Yeah, Kolianis had a couple big plays there as well for St. Mary's. They know their backs are against the wall here.
Yeah, you're fighting for that first set right now. Obviously, you don't want to go down 1-0 when you're on the road. Obviously, home court advantage does have a little validity to it in any sport, as well as volleyball. Good setup and push there by the Brits.
I don't think that's what the plan was, but that's where the pass led to. A nice job adjusting.
Big hit, and the ball stays on the Britain side of the net, make it 24-21.
Yeah, Kate Winter just didn't get enough of it, ended up in the net, and now I believe this Albion's going to use their second and final timeout of the set here. Just calm down. Another thing, I don't know if we talked about, you got to win by 2 as well.
Yeah,
so 24-23. You know, you want to put them away. You don't want to let a team hang around because you never know. You get someone in the back line that serve that can get hot. 24-24, all you need is a couple of them, and we'll see what happens.
Jim Funderburg and Randy Roberts tonight from the Kresge Center in Albion College, and great first set. Neither one of these teams will let this one get out of their hands right now as the Britons talk over their strategy. And obviously, for Bobby Lee, Bobby'd like to do 3 sets and get the heck out of here tonight. You know how that works. Obviously, that's what we're hoping for too, but the Bells don't seem to agree with our assessment of this whole process right now.
They've already made the trip over here from South Bend. Why not hang in town for a while?
Yep, let's play as long as we can here, especially in this first set. Brits, who had a 5-point cushion there at one point in time, still looking for a way to close this one out, 24-23. Serve comes from the Bells. Nice job by Corey to dig it out. Left side slam, ball still in the air. Cross-cut slam. Brits with a nice job of poking that in, but the Bells up to the task. They keep the ball moving. And then a kill by the Brits. Winner. As Winner saw it coming, saw a nice big hole in the back left corner and slammed that one home, and the Britons win the first one 25-23.
Yeah, nice big kill there to wrap this one up, and a nice hard-fought opening set win for Albion.
I tell you what, that's I would expect we have 2 more of these coming, Randy, would be my assessment of this thing. You know, it's always a lot of fun. We don't do a lot of volleyball, but boy, this is the first opportunity to give that a shot here this year. We've got a little break here, about 2 minutes in between the 2 sets. So why don't we step away for a minute? You're watching volleyball here on the Brit Sports Network, and the Britons are up 1-0 over the Bells from St. Mary's.
Spend an awesome Wednesday evening at your local Albion Farmers Market. Smell the fresh produce picked at the peak of freshness, and enjoy the simple pleasures of fruits and vegetables that are locally grown for a midweek meal or special occasion. It's a great way to support local farmers, neighbors, and the Albion community. As a Bridge Card user, you'll double your money by purchasing farmers market produce. Seek out a fresh new experience because it never gets old at the Albion Farmers Market.
Back here at the Kresge with Randy Roberts tonight, and taking a look at some of the numbers from that first set. Randy, why don't you do the honors there?
Yeah, so again, Albion takes that first one 25-23. Take a look at the numbers. They're really balanced for Albion, as we see Kelsey Gustafson 3 kills in that first set. Chloe Weber with 3 kills. Jessie Hebner off the bench came up with 3 kills. Katie Winter added 2. Alexa Hitchko had 2. And Ava Smith had 1. So a lot of different hitters able to come in there and really do some damage as Albion ended up 14 of 38 on the attack. So probably not the numbers they wanted. The serving numbers here, as I try to find them, 920 in serve percentage for Albion. So pretty good numbers there.
Team-wise here tonight, too, you got St. Mary's with 40 attacks compared to Albion's 38. So a little more aggressive, a little more opportunities there for the Bells. Both teams with 14 kills. Albion with 3 attack errors compared to 5 for St. Mary's tonight. Hitting percentage 289 for the Brits, 225 for the Bells here in this very first set. 14 assists though for St. Mary's, Randy, and 14 assists as well for the Britons. So things working pretty much the same way. 2 service aces for the Brits to none for St. Mary's tonight. Serve errors only 1 for the Bells and 2 for the Britons here in that first set that they win 25-23 here on the Britain Sports Network.
Yeah, Kolianis, the big player for St. Mary's, 5 kills in that first set for the Bells.
As we start set number 2. It has been a fun night here in Albion, and we've got the 2 SIDs going at it over there, I think, right now. I think I'll put my money on her. What do you think, Randy?
I was trying to figure out what exactly they were.
They're battling, man.
They were discussing something rather heatedly. You know what it was?
Good nature, I guarantee
it. Was
Yeah.
Who gets first crack at Ken?
Yeah, that's it, man. Exactly. First service by Morgan Vanderway will find its way out the back chute there. 1-0 Bells.
Yeah, trouble on the serve reception there for Albion, and a good start if you're St. Mary's with the ace, especially when you had none that first set.
Yeah, no doubt. Vanderway will serve again. Nice dig by Gustafson. Good set in the middle, and then on the right wing, that shot will go a little bit too far.
A good idea for Kate Winter, just a hair too much.
2-0 now as the Bells get off to a quick start here in set number 2. Serve goes to the middle, works over to the left lane. Nice dig out over there by Coletas, and a whistle.
So
an error.
Four hits on St. Mary's. The ball went into the net, and you don't get the reset. The next hit, then the fourth, you only get 3 to get it over.
Kate Winter now, Kelsey Gustafson to serve.
Gustafson's going to get an ace again. St. Mary's electing to not play it, thinking that ball was headed out, and just stayed inbounds inside court.
Put it where they aren't, right? Isn't that the old game plan? 2-2 now. This game is tied. And Gustafson serves that one into the net.
Just like that, and give it right back.
So an ace and a net serve for Gustafson. It's 3-2 for St. Mary's here early. Lucan serves. Left front. Nice big attack by the Brits. Well, that one was tough. That came right out of the center, and that was two-handed there for 13. Lindsay Pelletier. She got both hands on that one.
Yeah, that first set kind of set over and not really a play.
Attack by the Brits, and then it comes back. And a nice put away there by Kate Winter. We saw that right corner wide open. Use that left hand to knock that one down. 4-3 now. We've got fans in the stands here tonight, and they're waving to you at home. So if you have folks here tonight, look into the bleachers, because several of them now have seen our cameras, and they're pointing and saying, want to be on TV? Here's an easy way to make that happen. Is again, a nice touch by Lindsay Pelletier for the point. 5-3 now, Bells. Good student body crowd on hand tonight, too.
Yeah, Pelletier's done a nice job here the second set at the net. It's kind of controlling play from the middle. Another block right there from her.
Good dig by Corey for the Britons. And a big left hand by Kate Winter for the kill.
Yeah, a bit of a lucky roll there as it hit the top of the net, kind of rolled alongside the net, fell through on the other side, but they don't really question how you get the points on the scoreboard. They just see the point go up there.
Ava Smith off the bench to serve. Good serve to the center. Nice dig by Gustafson. Big hit by, then a dig by Corey there. Nice job by the Brits keeping this thing alive. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, huge block there. Now we got
4 hits. 4 hits on the bells there that time as well. Coach not real happy with everything. She walks over and talks to the officials. Denise Vanderwalling didn't kind of count it the same way, but
I think what they're saying is the one, it kind of, you have to hit the ball evenly with your hands, and when you miss, it counts as 2 hits. And I think that's what the officials are saying.
Chloe Weber says no, just not going to happen today. As she kills that one to the back line where none of the bells were standing. 6-5 now. Brits have battled their way back on top of this one tonight. They won the first one 25-23. Best of 3 takes the first MIAA victory home here this year. Good set to the left side and a big hit. But a nice save over there by Smith.
Yeah, good setup there, but a nice block.
Smith again dives to the floor here at the Kresge to keep it alive. A little touch, and Smith says nope. Backline kill. Big attack there by the Britons. Man, I'm telling you what, I'm not sure which one got that, whether that was Hitchko.
I think that was Weber.
Weber, but man, they both went up as a wall, and the ball came back down on the other side. 7-5 now for the Britons.
Yeah, really got to give credit there. Ava Smith a couple of times kept that ball in play. Off the bench, she's played real well. Another big block there. And I think it's going to be Weber once again.
Middle of that front line for the Britons just having their way here in the middle of this match. And Chloe Weber says, I'm going to take it on myself to not let anything get over that net here in set number 2. Smith again serving from that back line. 8-5 Britons. Wow, look at Weber get up on that one. And an impossible return by Allison Thornton, who knocked that one back in the net there for the St. Mary's Bells. We do have our live stats going now. Randy, take a look and see what we got going on there for us.
Yeah, overall, 57 attacks now for St. Mary's, 48 for Albion. Kills even at 16. The big difference, the errors. St. Mary's has committed 11-4 for Albion. Assists so far in the night, even at 16. 3 aces to 1 for Albion, but they've also had 3 service errors to just 1 for St. Mary's. St. Mary's 27-24 in digs here. We can take a look just in the second set, I believe, or this might be overall as I'm kind of looking at these real quick. Pretty good numbers overall. So try to upload everything here. 27-24 in digs as well for St. Mary's.
Good. Trying to figure that one out too. I'll tell you what, we do a lot of basketball, we do a lot of football. Have to learn our way around the live stat charts as well when you're doing these.
Yeah, it just looks like a lot of numbers to me, Jim.
Megan Calandis with 22 total attacks so far for the Bells tonight. She has been active in the middle of that court. Calandis trying to put it up. And then the attempted kill and the successful kill by Calandis on that left front. Tell you, this freshman is going to be something else as the time goes on. Santee, California for Calandis. So a number of California girls trying to acclimate their way to this Midwestern weather, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're going to have a fun time in a couple of months.
Smith sets it up. They were expecting basically that Jesse Hepner was going to be able to put it away, but that front wall for the Bells said no thank you. Sent it right back over to the Britt side of the net. 9-7 now. Britt's on top by a couple.
Yeah, Chong able to come up there and get a nice block.
Border with the serve. And the big hit just in on the back right line by Chloe Weber. And I'll tell you what, Chloe Weber having a whale of a night here tonight to open things up in the MIAA here at the Kresge.
Yes.
Good crowd. I'll tell you what, it's always fun to come over and do a college volleyball game. And in the Kresge, it just sounds like the place is packed to the rafters every night. Deep attack is saved by the Brits. And then a big hit by Weber again goes off the hands of Brittany Darkany and out of off the court and into the stands. 11-7 here for the Britons.
And Tarkany tried to get that one hand reach out and keep the ball in play and instead knocked it into the crowd.
Deep serve. And a great
Another big
block
block.
again.
Chloe Weber, that's got to be, well, we should say about her third. And able to step up again here. Yeah, three total blocks, and probably give her that one for 4.
Haley with the service. Quick dump across the net by Vanderville. But the Brits were up to the challenge. And then the attempted dig on the other side by Brittany Darkany. And Darkany can't get to the ball. It's 13-7 now, Brits. Trying to put a little room between them and the Bells here in this second set. Long serve will be not only long but wide. It's at 13-8 now. They're on the back line. Megan Calantis getting the feel for that volleyball and slams this one to the middle. Corey able to knock it in the air. Weber hits it a little too hard and long. Calantis will get a chance to serve again. 13-9.
Like that last shot coming right at you.
You gotta love that, huh? Left wing set up for Kelly Gustafson, who finds an opening in the Bells' defense. It's 14-9. Hey, big shout out while we got a minute to Nana Lucy, who we think is watching out there tonight. Lucy
That's what Bobby
Gustafson.
said.
Yep. So Nana, good to have you out there.
Kelsey just picked up her 3rd kill of the night.
14-9. Smith able to keep that one alive. Back line, it goes over, but it's out of bounds. It'll be Bells serve 14-10.
You can play the ball out, but you can see the posts they have on the line. Once the ball hits the post, it's actually whistled dead.
Chong with the serve.
Yeah, great setup once again. This could be a tough play for St. Mary's, but it looks like they're going to make it.
Corey to Smith. Smith then turns and sets up Jesse Hepner, and the big freshman from Davidsburg, Michigan, hammers that one home, 15-10.
Yeah, Hepner, your first kill, but big play there. And this is the point of the match. We saw this in the first one. Albion kind of let St. Mary's hang around. We'll see what they do here in the second one.
Van Dorn on the back line for the serve.
See that often, a one-handed serve. Another big kill.
Kate Winter. Watch that ball come over the head just to the spot she needed it. Make it 16-10 now for the Britons. Good serve, but the Bells able to dig that one out. Van Dorn sets it up. Big hit, but on the other side, Calandis there to dig it out. and a whistle, and I believe the Brits stepped into that neutral zone. Grace Van Doorn.
When Van Doorn kind of turned around, the heel of her shoe was on the line, the center line for basketball, also the center line for volleyball, and that is the no-no line. You can't go under the net and try to save a ball or anything like that, Jim.
16-11. Man, you can't insane volleyball where I play. How's that? Vanderway hits that one just a little bit too hard. 17-11 now.
You let me know next time you're in the sand pit, and we're going to come out. I think we're going to come out and film that.
I think that'd be a great match right there. Me and Jim Bellamy, we get out in our Speedos and we go out there on the beaches there in Upper Michigan, and all summer long, that's how you get the body that I've got right now. Working out there on the beaches. Shelby Palmer with the big return, 18-11 now. And if you've ever seen me on camera, you'll realize that we're just kidding, folks. How's that?
Get the 12-ounce curls?
Yeah. Good dig by Corey. Big attack there by the Bells. And the save goes up into the rafters. And a nice job by the Brits to get it back over. And I'll tell you what, well enough that Lindsay Pelletier really couldn't direct the ball the way she wanted it to, and it ends up in the stands here at the Kresge, and the Brits at a commanding 19-11 spot here as you see the replay.
Yeah, it's twice that Albion is able to get a couple of big saves, that ball high in the air, and it's going to ping pong off everything, and you just kind of play it, and Albion just really playing some good volleyball right now and really trying to put this one away.
Looked like on that last one, Smith was coming into the front, bounced it over her head to Aubrey Johnston, who was able to put that one away. And the Brits, I'll tell you what, doing a great job there at the net all night long. When you think of the teams that are in this conference this year, the Brits have a tough road ahead of them to be able to get out of here and get into the NCAAs. But the other thing that is if you can end up winning this conference, you're heading probably deep in the tournament, because you've been battle tested right here in the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association's regular season. So anything they're going to bring at you in the NCAAs is not going to make you too scared. 19-11 Brits after the timeout.
Albion doing it with a lot of different ways. Winner, Weber, Hepner, all with 5 kills so far. Gustafson with 4. So you're not going to have that one player with real gaudy numbers. Instead, you're going to have a lot of really good players.
Gustafson sent it over, but Lindsay Pelletier sent it back, 19-12.
This is what you got to avoid, though, is letting St. Mary's get a big run on you and kind of getting back into this one.
Nice dig by Gustafson, and then the put away from the other side by Megan Calantis, 20-12 now.
Yeah, I think that one stayed just out, went along that far side, and just couldn't angle it to keep it in bounds.
Brits point. Corey back in to serve. Calantis again. Corey with the dig, but this one goes over the net and out of bounds, 20-13.
Yeah, went cross court. Just able to get the dig out.
After the matches tonight, we'll get a chance to get you all the final stats, all the final scores from around the conference. As that one knocked away, Kate Winter off the hands, I believe, of Tarkani and out of bounds. So 21-13. Brits really dominant on that net here tonight. Randy, that has been maybe the difference here this evening. They're able to come up with a number of big hits and big kills from that front line.
Yeah, they've been able to kind of fight off a few other deficiencies, and I don't know if the serving numbers are going to be exactly what they want, but when you can hit the ball all over the place and have plays like that kind of bails you out.
Smith goes behind her head to Jessie Hepner, and the young freshman puts another one down. 22-13 here, Brits. 3 more points, and it's 2-0, and the Brits maybe with a chance for a sweep tonight. Smith with a nice serve to Calantis. Big solid hit in the center there by Lindsay Pelletier.
Yeah, Weber again went for the block and had it, just Pelletier too much on that one. Weber not able to get all of it.
always has mind-boggled me that they can get up and make those changes mid-jump when they see the hands come up and be able to make the adjustment at the top of their jump.
They're trying to change up the serve there. Nub block will give Albion another opportunity.
Corey and Smith doing the digs and the sets on this side. Kalanis able to touch it over the net there and off the hands of Jesse Hepner and off the floor there for a 22-15 lead now for the Brits.
Yeah, Kolianis, as a freshman outside hitter, has played really, really well, and sure everyone in St. Mary's pretty excited she's going to be around for another 3 years.
Vander with the serve. She'll come down that left line. Smith with the setup, the attack by the Britons. The ball goes up into the rafters, and they will be able to save it. What a great situation there for the Bells to be able to keep their attention on that ball. Corey with the dig. Smith bounces it across the net, and it goes off the hands and out of bounds. Number 6.
Give the ceiling here credit for that one.
Yeah.
That one kind of bounced around and helped them out, get it back into play, but still tough when your back's to the net and you're not exactly sure what's going on. We'll bend back, fire away, and get it over the net.
23-15 right now. Well, you know, that is part of the atmosphere here at the Kresge. If you get it up a little bit farther, you're up in the rafters and the heating ducts and the speakers, and, you know, kudos to the Bells to be able to watch that one bounce around like a ping pong ball and come back and keep it in play. If and when the new facility would get built here for volleyball and basketball for the Brits, I'm sure that will not be a problem. As Kelsey Gustafson says, I see a spot right there in the center of the floor that you just stepped away from, and I'm going to put that ball right there. Let's make it 24-15. One more point, and the Brits have a 2-set-to-none lead. That one just a little bit deep in that left-hand corner.
Tried to get it there. Tried to.
And I'll tell you what.
Just out.
Had a couple of those aces tonight where the Bells have stepped away and watched that ball hit just in that corner. So it took a little bit of courage to let that one hit about 6 inches outside of the field of play. Smith with the serve and the slam. Guess who? Kelsey Gustafson puts it away, and the Brits just like that win 25-15. They're up 2-0 here on this Tuesday night on the Britons Sports Network as we clue you into a little bit of the replay action here tonight.
Yeah, you gotta like Albion in that second set, just putting St. Mary's away early. You know, first set they were up 5, let St. Mary's hang around, kind of struggled down the stretch to get that 25-23 win. This one up big. You just stay on them, end up getting the 10-point win.
Good to be here tonight in the Kresge. Again, don't forget next Wednesday night we'll be back here to do our second game. We're going to do 3 of them this year. Got a couple of Wednesday nighters coming after this one, but tonight's been a good way to get started, to get our feet wet, get our toes in the water, and get back into the world of volleyball. Hard to imagine we still have some football left here this fall, and the next thing you know, we'll be over here doing basketball, men's and women's basketball from the Kresge, and it's a fun gym. You hear the Britons pep band in the background right now. They keep things lively, along with the crowd that we have on hand who are just naturally into this wonderful sport of volleyball, and it's always fun to come watch a women's volleyball game. There you go, the Britons pep band on hand tonight. I'm sure a number of those folks are part of the eights, the marching eights that'll entertain you at halftime when we come over here and do the football games. Randy, you want to take a look at anything that sticks out to you from that second set?
Now, overall through 2 sets, kills are 28-21 in favor of Albion. And again, just a lot of different players stepping up. Kate Winter was 6. Chloe Weber was 6. Jessie Hebner was 6. Kelsey Gustafson with 5. 2 each for Alexa Hitchko and Ava Smith, and Shelby Palmer with 1. 8 kills for Kolianis. So again, doing a lot of the work for St. Mary's. Pelletier with 6. Serving again, a .950 serve percentage. So I'm trying to do the math here. 38 of 40, I believe, in service for St. Mary's. Albion, probably not the numbers they want. 5 service errors. So if my math is correct, 44 of 49 in serving. Now, every coach will tell you they'd want that to be 100%.
Sure.
You're not going to get it at 100%.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of the business. But you're able to overcome just a lot of that and really played well. And trying to figure out where digs are at on this list. It looks like Gustafson with 8 digs, if I'm reading that.
Yeah, Gustafson with 8 digs right now. Ava Smith with 5 digs for the Britons tonight. On the other side, man, Tarkani with 9 digs, along with Nicole Lukens with 9 digs there for the Bells tonight.
Just look on the sheet where it says dig.
Again, getting used to the
English isn't my first language.
Yeah, getting used to the all the stats that are out here tonight and getting a feel for where those are as the Bells will get a chance.
Yeah, Jenna Corey with 11 digs, as I said, Guston with 8.
Britons will get to serve first here in set number 3 as Van Dorn will get it started. The attack will be a little bit wide and out. And the point will go to the Britons.
A nice job with the communication on the floors. They kind of, all the players on the floor knew it, all shouted it, stayed away, got that point. And more trouble here.
Lukens tried to dig that one out and set things up, but instead hit it sideways, and it's 2-0 now. Britons, who would like to wrap this up with a quick 3-setter tonight against the Bells from St. Mary's. Big hit, but the rejection comes back from number 4, Kate Winter. She and Hitchko were both up there on the net. I'm not sure, maybe they gave that to Hitchko, but both of those young ladies right there to knock that ball back, and there was no place for that one to go across. Corey sets. Big hit and ace. I know who that one was. Kate Winter. Winter has just been a force tonight for the Britons, and they're up 4-0 and off to a great quick start. We'll get a chance to talk to Coach after the game tonight, maybe a couple of the players, and really looking forward to the opportunity. And there's one that kind of went against the home team there as Cameron Haley tried to set that one up. It got up and hit the main beam in the ceiling and came off kind of a little bit difficult for the Britons to be able to keep that one alive.
Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
Yep. I'm sure she was trying to go over that beam is what she was trying to do.
Just blasted straight through the ceiling.
Bang! Goes
just like
dynamite. Yeah.
There's a reason why they hit kills down and not up. They hit them up.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Gustafson guys here in the Kresge and puts that one away. 5-1 now for the Britons. And she will serve to the center. Big hit, but a nice dig. Corey now with the setup. The attack goes across the net and is saved by the Bells. Corey again sets it up left side. Nice hit, but the Bells up to the action. And a big hit then on the right line by number 9. That is, I don't have a 9. That must be number 6, Nicole Lukens. Lukens with the score. I'm dyslexic. It's upside down in my world. How's that on that 6?
A lot of things are upside down in your world.
Yes, it is. Grace Van Dorn from the middle court rockets that one to the other side for a 6-2 lead. Corey now with the serve for the Britons.
Hey, you got to like the energy of Albion here. Up 2-0, could have easily just kind of coasted it here. Ooh, nearly some trouble. Communication trouble. St. Mary's able to bail themselves out there. You know, you see a lot of volleyball teams, you get up 2-0.
Yeah.
You know, you won that second one fairly easily. You just kind of go, you know what, we don't. And before you know it, you're down, but they're keeping that energy up here, leading this third set.
Calantis put that one out, and it is now Bell's serve, 6-3.
Yeah, I think they have a question about the rotation here. I have to admit, I love our vantage point sitting way up at the top here. because I look straight down, I see the scores table.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell exactly what they're doing here.
Tarkany with the serve, Corey with the dig, the assist. Right up by Grace Van Dorn, and the put away by the Britons to make it 7-3. Off the bench comes Jesse Hepner again. Britons go to that taller lineup here. Hepner has that leg wrap, so obviously working on some sort of a tweak here early on in the season. Rocket shot catches the back right corner.
And Corey tries to backpedal as fast as she could to get out of the way.
Hannah Stacy just knifed that one right where it needed to be. Yeah, that ball scares me, Randy. You know, that's the other side of this whole thing.
Oh, that thing is hit like a rocket.
That was hit hard. Brown with the serve now for the Bells. Set to the left line in the slam. But the Bells were up to it. Put it back up and the Brits slam it back home. Get a back set to the back line, but Corey now with the setup for the Britons. And Britons hit it too many times.
Yeah, they're going to call for the double hit. They, on the set, kind of rolled on the hand, and they're going to kill when you get the roll and it kind of touches your hand twice. They're going to count that as the double hit.
Brown from Ann Arbor with the service again, and that one a little too difficult for Chloe Weber to handle. So it's 7-6. The Bells now scrapping their way back into this contest. Remember, the Brits up 2-0 now. Trying to finish this one out in straight sets. And that would hit the floor. Good job by the Britons. Shelby Palmer had just enough to scoot it in front of Brittany Tarkany.
And Tarkany, great effort trying to come up with that one. Just grazed the floor before she'd get to it.
Brits over the top of the net to send it back home. Bell kicks it back to Corey. Center set. The Bells keep it alive. Left side, slam it across the net, but on the other side is 13 Lindsay Pelletieri, who's right there to put it right back on the Britain side of the net. 8-7 now. Britain's on top by 1.
Yeah, Alyssa Chong right there, number 15 for St. Mary's, in on that one as well.
Galantis with the serve. Left sideline and a big slam there by 15, Jesse Hepner, that hits the Bells in the hands and works its way out of bounds. 9-7 now, Britons.
Yeah, Albion's trying to get that lead back. Got off to a great start.
Chloe Weber with the big serve to the center. Touch to the spot that needs it to be in by number 12, Morgan Vanderway.
Yeah, just a nice job of the touch. She saw kind of the overload and able to come around and get a little bit of the touch. Just get it over that front line into a dead spot.
Again, it all is on a dead move, too. The defenders moved just a couple of inches, and she saw just the spot that she wanted to put that away. And then Gustafson just comes out and says, if you hit it hard enough, it doesn't come back. 10-8.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's all split-section decisions. You have, very quick time when you see someone set up and you realize you got to do what you got to do with a volleyball.
Van Dorn kicks it across the net there.
St. Mary's might have given Albion a break there. It looked like that one was headed out of play.
Corey gets it off the rafters. Nice big slam again by number 13, Pelletier. 10-9 again. The Lady Bells don't want this one to end. Rochelle Hawkins checks in now for the Bells. So they've got the triangle at the front. Nice dig by the Brits. To the back line. The setup over the head to the right corner. And the slam. As I'll tell you what, Kate Winter says thank you very much for that one. Put it exactly where it needed to be.
Yeah, it's going to be 9 kills for her tonight now.
Jenna Corey with the set and the assist. Gustafson with the serve. Left line. Hard dig there by Corey.
Always seems to know where she should be at on the court.
Good set, good save. Back to Corey again. Every time that ball comes across that net, it seems like she's right there. Big hit will be set up and reset, and the tap will be tough. The Lady Bells keep it alive, though. Nice job out of bounds by the Bells.
Yeah, great job bringing that one back in.
Fighting hard. Brits again right in the middle for Corey. The putback by the Bells, and the Brits keep it alive.
And they're going to be called for a double hit.
11-10 now. Brits on top by 1. At 11-10 now. As back to serve is Nicole Lukens. Lukens having another Nicole Lukens night here at the Kresge. Big hit that Lukens saves and sets. And the Britons have a hard time getting to that one, as Gustafson made a great effort but couldn't come up with it. 11-all now.
Might have been better off just letting that one go.
Gustafson on the back line. The dump off from the center. Big hit, and Gustafson sends it straight up for Corey. Back over the net as the Britons attack. Big hit, but the Britons are right there to pop that up. Vanderway and Van Dorn. And the hit will go Britons' way.
And Van Dorn, a big dig there. That was a very strong kill. Able to dig that one out, get it over. Now Albion a chance to add to their lead.
Corey to serve, 12-11. Van Dorn with the dig there. And come back with the attack. Wow, big hit. I'll tell you what, again, when you hit it as hard as Kate Winter hit that one, even though you got 2 Bells on the other side of the net, they can't send it back across the net in your way.
That one just echoed all the way to us up here.
13-11 now. Corey to serve. Van Dorn with the dig. Backside kill on the attack, and I'll tell you, that was a nice hit as well by number 3, Hannah Stacy. Stacy 5'10" out of New Lenox, Illinois. 13-12. Can the Brits pull this out in straight sets tonight?
And they're going to have to earn it.
Tarkani with the serve. Big hit by Watford, but it went right back in her face again by number 5, Calandis. As Winter tried to send it across the net, Calandis said no deal. 13-all. Tell you, this first set and the third set have become nail biters right now, Randy.
Oh, they definitely have.
Easy push, but the Bells waiting for it. Deep hit. Saved by Gustafson on the back line. Back over by Corey. Back to Gustafson in the center. Another big slam. I'll tell you what, there'll be some sore arm muscles in the morning. As Megan Calandis able to put that one away, and for the first time in a long time, the Bells are on top 14-13.
And Kolianis has really stepped up again, just a freshman, but a great game out of her. Scroll the right way, 9 kills now for her.
Takani kicks it across to Gustafson. And a nice little tap for the kill by Chloe Weber. Weber, who's had some just powerful attacks here tonight, gets a point there with just a little tap.
Yeah, nice job, Chloe Weber. Again, saw where the defense was at and knew that the big, dropping the hammer wasn't going to work, so able to come up with the touch at the net to get the point. Speaking of dropping the hammer.
Yeah. Big hit from the left side by 13, Shelby Palmer, but a couple of Bells there to knock that one back down.
Yeah,
they're going to give that to Alicia Chong, I believe, 15.
And it ended up in the net. It's going to go back over to St. Mary's here.
15-14 now. St. Mary's up by 1. Brown with the serve. Corey with the save. And the big hit from mid-court there by number 6, Gustafson. Corey again backwards, but the Bells are up to the attack. And the hit across the net by number 5, Megan Galantis, will stay on the Britain side of the net, 16-14 now.
Yeah, Koulianis has had an unbelievable day today. Just knows where everything's supposed to go as a freshman. Played really, really well here. Trying, Jim, see if I can pull up the MIAA scoreboard.
While you're doing that, Koulianis with 12 digs here tonight on the evening. Let's see who else is out there. 12 for Nicole Lukens as well tonight. Lukens as well has 4 attacks, and kind of having a slow night for Nicole Lukens, although that's not a slow night for everybody else. Gustafson has 10 digs on the night there for the Britons, 17 for Jenna Curry. And how's the rest of the conference look, Randy?
Well, so far we got a couple of other matches at 2-0. Hope with a 2-0 lead at Alma, taking the first two, 25-16, 25-13. Currently lead the third set, 19-15. And also on the road, Olivet with a 2-0 lead in Kalamazoo. You talk about hard fought. Olivet wins the first two, 27-25, 25-23. And they currently lead the third 17-15, nothing on Adrian and Trine.
So Brown will put it in play again here for the Bells. They're ahead right now, 15-14 in this set number 3. Good dig by Brown on the other side. And double hit for the Britons puts the Bells out 17-14 now.
Yeah, you can call that a hitting error, I believe, and send it back over to St. Mary's.
105 attacks right now for St. Mary's to 98 for the Britons. 30 kills for the Bells, 39 for the Brits. Van Dorn from deep. But the Brits have an answer, send it right back at them. Koulianis with a big hit. Will catch a couple of Brits on the way out. But the tip will give the point to the Bells, 18-14. Coach Kristen Slammer, the St. Aubin, I'm talking to her young ladies here, trying to get things reworked just a little bit. They'd like to get out of here with 3 straight sets. The Bells obviously don't want to go home quite yet. Set goes up right in the middle of the net for Chloe Weber. And she takes aim at number 15, Alicia Chong, and says, try to dig this one out.
That one right at Brittany Tarkani, too. And Tarkani just saw it coming, just couldn't even get out of the way. Just had to kind of take that one and kind of live to fight another day.
That's how it works. Galantis can't get it across the net, and just like that, the Brits have cut this back to 18-16. Like I said, we'll get a chance to talk to the coach after the match here tonight. Maybe get a chance to get a couple players with us as well after we wrap this thing up. And the Britons would like to do exactly that, and too. Tarkani with a nice assist there as they attack. Again, digging that one out. Back line. Brits set left side. Brown kept it alive. Back deep again. Brits for the tap, but the Bells are on top of it. Van Dorn keeps it alive. That one catches the net and goes out of bounds, I believe. 18-17 now. Britons have the serve back, and they've cut it down to a 1-point lead as we take a timeout here tonight. A couple of the other numbers out here. Hitting percentage of Britons at 304, 164 for St. Mary's tonight. Service aces 5 for the Brits compared to 2 for the Bells. And service errors, again, the Brits leading that one 5-2. So they've done a real nice job.
Not exactly a number you want to lead in, though, when you mention error.
Not at all. Both teams with 50 digs tonight. So I would think that if you're going to dig going to go for anything here tonight for the coach to be a little bit critical of when they get together after tonight. You're probably going to go to something like that and say service errors tonight, guys. We had twice as many as everybody else did. There's reception errors, 5 for the Bells tonight to 2 for the Britons. So they're doing a good job when that ball comes zipping across that net to dig that thing out and keep it alive. Block assists, look at this, 14 assists for the Brits tonight compared to 4 for the Bells. The important stats up on the scoreboard right now, 18-17, Bells on top. Set number 3, Brits trying to close this thing out without having to go any farther. Tarkani again with the first dig, trying to tap that across the net by 15 Chong. And the Britons say no. It's all knotted up at 18 again.
Yeah, Chloe Weber in the right spot there.
Haley with the serve for the Britons. Set comes left side, and I'll tell you what, number 5 is Megan Calandis, and we've called her name all night long. The freshman playing more just like a senior here tonight as she slammed that one to the floor here at the Kresge. 19-18 now for the Bells. Calandis with the serve, and this one's a little too long. Tie it up at 19, give the ball back to the Brits. Can we run 6 in a row here, Randy, and take this one to the house?
That'd be nice. Nice job, Nicole Corey, by the way. Good decision not to play that, let that ball go out of bounds.
Weber kicks it to the center, and it's hard enough that it kicks off of Brittany Tarkani and out of bounds.
And there's one.
There you go. 5 more of those just like that. 5 more aces. Can you close it out with 6 aces here tonight?
Oh,
that'd be a whole lot of fun. Yep, and I guess the answer to the question is no, but the ball's still in play.
Yeah, she's going to get some help from her front line, though.
Nice save and set into the middle to Smith. Smith says it's going right across the net because I see the out of place over there. And a nice job by that young lady to put it where it needed to be, 21-19. And again, a last second, you can just see her look out of the corner of her eyes and make a change.
Yeah, a little too juiced up on that serve, though.
21-20, the ball comes back to the Bells. How you get that as you're trying to close this out. Brits back on top by 1. They've taken the first 2 sets, trying to close it out in 3 tonight. Smith digs it out, sets it off to the right side. A big hit by Gustafson. Smith again over to Gustafson. And the dig results in a double hit by number 12, Morgan Vanderway. It's 22-20 now.
Yeah, Vanderway kind of in a tough spot. And we have, okay. So the official waved it a substitution, then whistled the timeout, and he got confused and everyone ran off the court. So we're going to have a timeout taken here by St. Mary's.
Timeout Brits, as you see how the Brits fought their way back into this thing. Good solid hit there, as we've said all night long. Number 5, Megan Calandis, the freshman out of California. And there's that long hit, and obviously, as Randy said, good job by Jenna Corey to be able to know where that ball was going. Pick up an easy one.
Yeah, Kolianis already the double-double tonight. 13 kills, 13 digs. Just unbelievable hitter. But again, great numbers all the way around. Just take a look at this. 1, 2, 4 players with at least 7 digs, or 7 kills, excuse me, for Albion. But more importantly than that, we have 9 different players with at least 1 kill for Albion. So again, the numbers at the end of the night, they might look average, but when you can go, when you only have 6 on the floor and you have 7 in kills, that speaks of the depth of Albion.
Brits will substitute a couple players in, and one of those players, Grace Van Dorn, will head to the back line here. Van Dorn again having a good night for the Britons. Big hit, and Van Dorn can't get to that one as it was hit through the hands of Winter and Hitchko. Van Doren did the best she could to get up there, but couldn't find it.
Yeah, good effort. Lukens able to come up with that kill for St. Mary's. Trying to stay alive down a point.
Vanderway put it in play. 22-21. Britain's on top. Set comes to the center. And the Bells will not be able to get it across. 23-21. Gustafson goes back to the end line to try to get 2 more serves in and send this one to the house tonight. 23-21. Nice save, nice set. Big hit by Lindsay Pelletier. 23-22 now.
Yeah, 9 kills now for Pelletier. She's had a pretty good game.
And the service by Lukens, Nicole Lukens. Dug out. Little tap by the Brits. Third hit will be a lob across the net. And the Brits can't quite get the ball where they wanted to go.
Yeah, they're looking for a pass kind of higher up in the air to get up over. It wasn't quite where they wanted it at. And
Van Doren tried to get it there, but wasn't successful. And it's 23 all now, as this is going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, well, trouble for Albion, because if you want to be able to get the sweep, you got to be able to get the ball back and finish off. Now you can get a stop and able to score that way, but your worst fear is that St. Mary's rips off a couple here, and you got to play a 4th set.
Like to get out in 3 tonight, like everybody else here wearing purple and gold, and hopefully you're enjoying our coverage tonight on the Britain Sports Network. Again, if you would like to make a comment to us, you can, okay? It's at webcast@albion.edu, webcast@albion.edu. Send us a note. Tell us what you think. Opening night for us as we're kind of working the bugs out. We'll be back again next Wednesday night. And Jim Bellamy back with me on Wednesday night. Randy Roberts filling in for Jim tonight. He's a little under the weather. It's been a great night of volleyball here for the Britons as we open up the MIAA season.
Yeah, you guys won't hurt my feelings if you say you like Jim better than me.
It's not that we like him better than you, Randy. We always love having you along too.
He pays the bill at the end of the night. I get it.
It's just 10 years of hanging out with one another there. As that one's a little long, and the Bells now an opportunity to wrap up set number 3 and make this go a little longer tonight here at the Kresge. Left side goes into the net, and that's exactly what we have. The Bells will win this one 25-23, and we will have a 4th set tonight here between the Bells and the Britons as we open up the MIAA here on the Britain Sports Network on a Tuesday night. Why don't we step away for just a minute? When we come back, set number 4 here from the Kresge.
Spend an awesome Wednesday evening at your local Albion Farmers Market. Smell the fresh produce picked at the peak of freshness, and enjoy the simple pleasures of fruits and vegetables that are locally grown for a midweek meal or special occasion. It's a great way to support local farmers, neighbors, and the Albion community. As a Bridge Card user, you'll double your money by purchasing farmers market produce. Seek out a fresh new experience because it never gets old at the Albion Farmers Market.
Kenny Reeker doing a fine job for us here, twisting the knobs and pushing the buttons tonight. Jim Funderburg along with Randy Roberts here on a Tuesday night. And Randy, I would have to believe that Coach, if she had her druthers, would have rather had that one wrapped up and finalized and not have to worry about whether there's a 4th or a 5th set here tonight. Get in, get out, and move on in week number 1 here in the MIAA.
Yeah, I would believe you are correct. And now you're in a position where you kind of feel like the 4th set is a must-win, because here's the thing, you go 5, that 5th one only goes to 15, and you ask any volleyball coach in a 5th set and a team that's battled back to force the 5th, anything can happen when you're only going to 15. So what everyone would prefer is for Albion to close this one out in 4 and pick up the win, get out of here.
Coach Slammer DeSalvin St. Alban would love to be able to wrap this all up tonight and be done with it all and finish it up with this one and move on. And obviously on the other side, Coach Denise Van de Walle says, let's play 5 tonight because my team is up for it. And I'd like to be able to think that the Britons have a big run going here as they sit and talk about a few things. I don't know what they could do a little different to make it any better here, but we'll think about that as we go. Some updates from around the conference, Randy?
Yeah, we do have a couple of sweeps tonight in volleyball. Hope was able to win in 3 at Alma, and Olivet able to win in 3 at Kalamazoo. So don't know if that's any big surprise, but always nice to get a road win. And again, doesn't matter the sport in the MIAA, more impressive to do it in a sweep.
So we're about ready to get back into live action here from the Kresge tonight. Britain's up 2-1, taking the first 2 sets tonight, and then the Bells in a hard-fought 25-23 set to pick up number 3 to send it here to the 4th set. And the Britons are going to try to change sides and maybe change momentum just a little bit on this set number 4.
And just quickly, Jim, Collianis 13 kills now to lead St. Mary's winner with 10, Weber 9, Gustafson 8 for Albion. That's 17 digs for Jenna Corey, 10 as well for Gustafson. So a nice night all around for her.
Vanderway will be the young lady that will put this into play here for set number 4 as we're underway again here from the Kresge. Serves it back to the back line, and a unforced error there by the Brits will give the first point to the ladies from St. Mary's, 1-0. Whistle and see what happened here.
Sure if the official thought the lineup for St. Mary's was set. Blows the whistle and goes right at the lineup.
I think everybody's happy right now once he checks everything out with the scorer's table.
Yeah, they're definitely checking something with the lineup.
Vanderway to serve again as the official comes over and talks to both coaches now. Signals the 2 thumbs up, and it's time to get back at it. And just so we say that, we get a whistle and a little bump to the noggin as Nicole Lukens takes one off the head.
I think they served it. The official on the stand has to give you the it's okay to serve, and I don't think he did. Now we're ready to go.
Ball comes to the center to Haley, who keeps it up. And assists it over to Kate Winter, who slams it to the ground. It's 1-1. It's going to be interesting to see how they attack this thing now as Shelby Palmer comes into the lineup and stands at the front line here in the triangle. Front line big hit, but it's out of bounds with nobody touching it as Lindsay Pelletier with a little bit too mustard on that one. 2-1 Britons.
Yeah, St. Mary's, you got to be careful because got away with a few mistakes as Albion played just about everything that last set.
Winner with a nice dig in that action there to keep the Brits going. But the big hit comes from the right side, and Megan Vanderway knocks it home to make it 2-2.
Yeah, trouble for Jenna Corey.
Lukens with the serve. Good effort by the Brits, but the set is a good one. The dig, a nice job by Corey to keep that alive and get it over the net. And the slam back home as Megan Kalanis goes up thinking that she's got an easy path to the floor here, and up in front of her goes Kate Winter for the block. 3-2 now, Britons.
Yeah, Winter and Hitchcock did a real nice job there at the net.
Brits with a tap to the center to the back. And the touch across the net by Lindsay Pelletier stays home, but it's 3-3 now.
I don't know if that's what the Albion front line was looking for. I think they were expecting a big windup and hit. Kind of caught them off balance.
Tarkani knocks it across the net. The Brits set it up to the right side for Kate Winter, and she slams it down for the fourth point here in the kill for the Britons in set number 4 here tonight. 4-3 Brits. Smith now in the game to serve. And a nice solid hit right past Brittany Tarkani and out of bounds. 5-3 Brits.
Yeah, she knew how hard that was hit, so she kind of wanted to absorb some of the contact and just kind of missed it. Ends up being a ace.
Smith again with that line drive. It's dug out by Lukens. It doesn't make it across the net for the Bells, so the Britons now go up 6-3. Got to believe they'd like to get out to a big lead here and just cruise in this fourth set.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to, but yeah, you're exactly right. If you want to be able to kind of have a sizable lead to work with would be nice.
Lukens with the lady that dug that one out. Britons with the big hit, and Lukens again sets it up to the right side. And Calantis able to put it home. 6-4 now.
Yeah, 14 kills for her now tonight.
I'll tell you what, you start doing those kind of numbers and you're a freshman. What are you going to do by the time you're a senior, Randy? I guess what I want to leave something, some growth there, some maturity. That's what they used to tell me all the time. 14
kills, 14 digs, 2 blocks.
Good night for that young lady. No doubt. Sam Vorderer knocks that one right into the nets.
Yeah, big break for Albion. There's nothing coaches hate more than the rally killers on the bad serve, trying to get some momentum.
Cam Haley with the ace. No, they dug that one out nicely and sent it right back across the net. Big hit, but Lukens is there to pick it up.
Yeah, 2 clean blocks there.
Tarkani with the save. Goes over to Calantis. Calantis tries to put it across the net, and the Britons say no thank you. Knock it right back, 8-4 now Britons.
Yeah, Chloe Weber, Jesse Hebner done a nice job moving side to side, able to come up with a big block there. Push that lead out to 8-4.
Haley with the rocket serve that will not be returned. I'll tell you what, Nicole Lukens is good at digging stuff out, but that one just impossible to pull off.
Just a tough one, just the angle of it, just barely over the net. Tough for the serve receive for St. Mary's.
Haley again to Calantis. Calantis tries to kill, no good. Smith with the set. Big hit that is just out on that back corner.
Yeah, line judge right on top of it.
Gustafson thought she had another one going cross court, but just about 6 inches too far. 9-5 now. Corey sets things up, kicks the other side. Tarkania pulls it up off the floor. And then, guess who? Nicole Lukens, miss everybody for the Bells, puts that one away, 9-6.
She took that one off her wrist. You see her kind of playing with the wrist a little bit. I'm not sure if that's the hit she wanted. Now.
But it worked.
Yeah. Never a good sign when the officials want to get together and have a conversation.
9-6 Brits on top. Set number 4. They lead 2-1 as they open things up here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, no noisemakers are permitted. No cowbell.
Aha, we got some.
Someone's ringing a cowbell.
Can't do that around here tonight. No way in the world. Calantis with the serve. And the Brits not able to handle it as it goes off Kelsey Gustafson's hands and out of bounds. Gustafson out of Armanda, Michigan. Having a pretty good night for the Britons tonight. Smith sets it up, back to Gustafson. Dug out by Tarkani. Corey sets it up, but it gets across the net. And they're going to say, I believe, that Alyssa Chung was in the net or over the net. So it's side out to the Brits, 10-7.
Yeah, that one's going to get an explanation for Coach Van de Walle.
And she must have been reasonably happy with the what she heard, I guess. Although volleyball is not the sport where you, like baseball, have things thrown and things kicked.
Now, the one thing I really like about volleyball is you saw Van de Walle have a conversation with Lukens, who's her captain, as the serve goes in the net. So the captain has the right to go to the official and go, hey, understand you called this, what's the reasoning?
Yeah.
And he or she will tell you, you'll tell your coach, and that's what happened. And whether it's good or bad, it's going to go over to St. Mary's after the serve in the net.
Chong with the serve. Brits with a big hit, but it's saved by the Bells and attacked too long, out of bounds. Lindsay Pelletier.
Another smart play. Cameron Haley could have easily stepped back, played that. You never know what happens. Chose to let that go out of play, knowing how important points are up here. Up 2-1, leading this fourth one, 11-8.
Winter and Van Dorn back in their rotation, and Van Dorn will serve. Dig out by Tarkani. And a big kill by 13, Lindsay Pelletier. I'll tell you, that's a play they practiced a few times. You could tell. That was back to bread and butter time right there.
Yeah, great setup. Just came around, almost like basketball off a screen, and you have that open look. Same thing, came around right there with the kill.
Vanderway with the service. Gustafson dug it out. Ball goes deep on the Bells side. And then the big slam with the right hand by Nicole Lukens for the point. It's 11-10. Bells do not want to go home tonight, Randy.
Yeah, Lukens starting to put together an impressive night. 7 kills, 15 digs.
Service comes dig. Haley dug it out. Big hit by Gustafson, but the save by the Bells and the put away by Pelletier makes it 11-all. And all of a sudden, the Bells seem to have the momentum in this game right now.
And St. Mary's really doing a nice job getting every opportunity. They might miss one, they'll get it right back, and they'll cash in almost every time.
Van Dorn kicks it back to Gustafson, who hits it a little too far. And just like that, the Bells up 12-11 here. So we're almost to the halfway point of set number 4. Vanderway again, the junior, to put things in play. Dug out by Haley. Tipped across the net there by the front line of Hitchko. Big slam, but saved by Winter. At this point, you're going to have to earn 12-11. And a nice little touch, and again, it's Pelletier who is having her way with that front line here. The last couple of points have gone her way, 13-11. Ironically, number 13 scores that 13th point, and we've got a timeout here for the Bells, I believe, to sit and talk things over.
Yeah, not the greatest pass in that last one, but St. Mary's, again, just making use of every opportunity, able to cash in, and part of the reason why they have this 13-11 lead in this fourth set. And again, Coach Van de Walle, I think she's still upset at what that call was there that had the point over to Albion. Still kind of working one of the officials over. They're not going to stop and go, oh, Coach, you know what? You were right. We're going to give you that point.
Yeah, no, it's not. We're not going backwards, Coach, but you can keep talking about it. How's that?
So he just goes over and kind of has a smirk on his face, and
coming over to the official timekeeper. I think maybe we added a minute or two on that.
They put
break there.
They put 3 on the clock, like it's the timeout in between sets. And then realize it's 1 minute for the timeout, or 90 seconds, whatever it might be. So
say, hold on a minute. Let's get this back into play here.
That's exactly what they're doing. So
13-11, Bells on top. And Morgan Vanderway, the junior setter from Tinley Park, Illinois, put it into play. And that'll be out of bounds. 13-12 now. Maybe that's what the Brits need to get this thing turned around just a little bit. As Kelsey Gustafson, who's had a pretty good night serving here this evening, steps behind that end line.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach isn't going to be probably not pleased with kind of the up and down play of Albion tonight.
I don't know how the Brits kept that one alive, but they did without hitting it twice. Good job right on that front line. I'll tell you what, the second time Nicole Lukens comes through, the Brits say, no, not going to happen this time. Get that weak stuff out of here, as they say. How's that? Katie Winter goes up tall and slams it right back home.
Yeah, Winter got the block, but Hitchcock somehow managed to get that, and I believe St. Mary's coach just got yellow carded. Usually see that in soccer.
Easy tap, but it'll go out of bounds as Winter could not get that back to Hitchcock. 14-13 now. Bells. Lucan serving. Corey digs it out. It's set by Van Dorn. Van Dorn again saves that one out. Corey gets it into the middle and they bounce it across the net. Nice job. Step over the top there by Shelby Palmer. Palmer comes in and says, I think I can deposit that one right there. The 5'11" sophomore out of Holt, Michigan.
Yeah, nice job keeping that in bounds as well.
14 all as Corey serves. Wow. I'll tell you what, these young ladies are really letting it fly right now, Randy.
Yeah, someone's shoulder, I think, just got a dig there, but a big kill finally.
Katie Winter put that thing away, but there was some severe leather being slapped down there on his volleyball floor tonight. 15-14 Brits. Let's see if they can take it to the house now. Good save by the Bells. And a big block in the middle there by Hannah Stacy. 15 all.
As first was a good job going outside and getting the outside in to get the ball back in, and then big block to tie this up.
Tarkani to serve for the Bells. A little short. I'll tell you what, that has been a bit of a problem tonight for the Bells.
Yeah, trying to go with a touch serve, trying to get it in between the front line and the back line, making it kind of a tough play for everyone to get to. And it's got to be done just right. You see what happens when you don't get enough on it. Ends up in the net, you give the point right back over to Albion.
Ava Smith with the service. And we got a whistle.
Call it double hit again.
17-15 as the point goes to Albion.
And I believe St. Mary's going to call a timeout.
Bell says let's talk it over here right now. Well, it's an interesting night. It's our first night. We're getting things figured out here this evening, Randy, and I think it's been so far so good. The only thing that would ruin this night is if we get out of here without the Brits getting the W here tonight, as the Bells have played extremely hard. Coming up for these teams here in the next couple of nights, Albion plays St. Mary's tonight, and then they'll be at Adrian on Saturday. Back here next Wednesday for Olivet, and we'll be here for that ball game as well. So that match between the Olivet Comets and the Brits will be on the Britain Sports Network next Wednesday night, which is actually the second. Hold a minute, I'm a month ahead. 2nd of October. Yeah, there we go. all day long it's been one of those days, man. And I think we end our season here in the last week of October before the playoffs get going in the first week of November. For the Bells here, they play here tonight, then they go on the road, or they go home to play North Park and Adrian and Kalamazoo. So 3 home games for the Bells once this is over with here this evening. So they'd like to get the upset tonight, go back home for a little home cooking. Brits 17-15 over the Bells with the service. Smith, who served it, saved it, but it got up in the rafters and unfortunately came down where nobody could get to it.
Yeah, tough play. She did everything right. Got it up and got out of the way to avoid the double hit, and unfortunately it bounces off everything above us and out of play.
Sam Border of the service here for the Bells. Smith, back step, big hit, but Palmer not able to make the kill. Backline save for the Britons. Another big hit by Palmer, but again it comes home. Smith again knocks it right straight up. Corey sets to Palmer again, and that one was just in. Wow, that was close. They're going to come and ask about that one. I'm not sure. That one, that's a tough call. It happened in a hurry.
Yeah, that's going to be a bang play.
See if we got it right there. Ooh, that one looked like it might just be over that line for my money. 18-17 as we're back to live action, and the Bells force an error. So that one I think that Coach Van der Walle might have had an issue and a legitimate point with, because looking at the replay, looked like it just hit out of bounds. Big solid hit by Chloe Weber. It says try to return this one. 19-17. Brits need 6 more to finish this one tonight.
And again, outside that second set, Jim, this has kind of been the trouble spot for Albion trying to close these out.
Got up big and tall, and I'm not sure whether that was Jessie Hepner that got that one.
Yes.
But she had help standing right next to her. It was Chloe Weber and the 2 young ladies that pretty much sealed everything off. Brits now with a 3-point lead with a net serve. Make it 20-18. Boy, that's the problem in this game as well. You know, you just get that point, you get a little bit of a cushion, and then that service error makes it a 2-point contest again at 20-18.
Yeah, 7th serving error for Albion tonight now.
Smith straight up with that one. Put away wasn't enough for Palmer. Smith with the save and the dig. Corey sets it up to the corner. Big hit, but not enough for Gustafson. And number 6 on the other side, Nicole Lucan, says I can put this one home. 20-19. Bells don't want to go home. They're going to fight to the very end tonight. Alyssa Chong to serve for the Bells. Down by 1, 20-19. Smith drops it over because she saw a hole. Everybody waiting for that big thunder to come from that front line as Alexa Hitchko was ready to crank things up and hammer one home. And the crafty little Smith says, nope, we're going to just deposit this one over here. Ava Smith, only a sophomore out of Wabash, Indiana. Van Doren with the serve. Brits up by 2 again. Good job by the Brits on the block on the front line. Ball gets centered again. Big hit is hard by Gustafson, but it's saved. Strong hit on the other side again. The dig by Corey wonderfully. And the Brits go for the attack again. And this one, dead center, exactly where it needed to be. Kelly Gustafson makes it 22-19. Britons, as the place is getting loud. And I'll tell you what, that was, I'm always amazed, Randy, coming in and watching these games because, you know, you don't see the men play volleyball on this level. I don't know how tough that would be. Is that replay from a while ago?
Yeah, that's the one, kind of looking. And you saw the official kind of double clutch the flag, not quite sure which way he was going to go. But a nice job of that last point as Albion got St. Mary's defense kind of playing side to side, having to move around, and left a couple open spots here. And I think that's the replay we're going to see right here. They get a block. And a big play there for Albion.
Here's Smith. Watch this. Up. Everybody was getting ready to go.
Knew right here.
Yep.
The defense was going to come for the block. I say that like I have a telestrator.
Yep. Hitchcock was sitting there waiting to rev it up there. And Ava Smith says, I'll take care of this one all by myself. There's a nice little spot waiting for this ball on the other side of that net.
And my former broadcast partner, Miles Holliday, would have been so proud trying to point things out with a telestrator that wasn't there.
Tacchiani with the setup. Brits with the rejection. Comes back again to Van Dorn, who tries it again, or to Lukens again, I'm sorry. And then the put away goes good for Katie Winter. And Winter makes it a 24 or 23-19 game right now. They actually had the score at 24 a minute ago on the scoreboard, so 2 to wrap this one up tonight. And Van Dorn again with the service. And a whistle. And 24-19, not sure. Did somebody step under the net on that one?
I'm not. I think he called a double hit, but Coach Vanderwall is about ready to come unglued.
Van Dorn with a good save. Comes left side. Can the big hit put it away? There's that third hit to get it across the net. Again, Van Dorn with a setup. Good job by Colantis to save that one. And then a nice little move by Nicole Lukens to find the open space in the floor to keep this thing going. 24-20. Just need a point. Morgan Vanderway needs to get it over the net. And she does. Nice dig on this side by Haley. Big hit for the win. Kelsey Gustafson. She's been doing it all night, Randy. And when the money was on the line, Gus looked at it and said, let's call this one an evening.
Yeah, nice job hugging that sideline here right by us. Able to come away with a big kill there. And a good end of the night for Albion.
Look at her come down that line. Bang. And that one was definitely in.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter.
Good job by the Britons tonight. They had to fight hard. Won the first 2 sets tonight and then had to battle back at set number 4 to win this one tonight. 3-1 against a very game St. Mary's Bells team that will head back to South Bend, Indiana when everything's over here this evening.
Oh, by the way, Albion will have to make that trip as well at some point.
Yeah, no doubt.
This fall, so something, that's always the fun thing, and one thing that you kind of miss with these college leagues have all gotten bloated. You don't get that home and home. You don't get that. You don't get that act of revenge.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's going to come up for St. Mary's a time or two. When Albion will have to make that trip back. But good start for the Brits, especially. They have their sights set here. Got to finish in the top 6 of the MIAA to make the tournament. Off to a good start. You always have to defend home court, and they did just that tonight.
Britons tonight win this thing 25-23, 25-16, 23-25, and then come on in the last set 25-20 in 3 well-contested matches and sets here tonight. For the Britons, basically tonight, let's take a look at some of the team numbers here. Attack-wise, the Britons out-attack tonight, 157-146 by the Bells this evening. Kills the Brits with 2 more than the Brits, 50-48. Attack errors, the Britons with 15, 25 for the Bells tonight. Hitting percentage, the Brits hit 240 compared to 146 for the Bells. Assists were very close, the Brits with 49 and the Bells with 47 tonight. Service aces, the Brits with 8-4 for the Bells this evening. Service errors, the Brits had 9 tonight. Probably one of the things the coach would be a little bit concerned about. compared to 6 serve errors for the Bells tonight. Digs, the Brits had 70 digs. The Bells had 77 tonight. Reception errors, the Brits only with 4 compared to 8 there for the Bells tonight. Blocks and assists, the Brits with 26 blocks and assists on the night compared to just 6 for the Bells. And blocking errors tonight, the Bells had 4, the Brits was 0. As we kind of take a look at some of the individual stats here before the coach will come up and
making her way
chat
up here.
with us
She's
just
got a couple
bit.
players with her as well.
Good stuff here tonight as we'll get a microphone and get some folks on camera with us tonight, and it should be a whole lot of fun as we'll move backwards here just a little bit. Randy, how's that? Huh?
That sounds good.
And we'll get some things going tonight. Oh, yeah, look at this. I'll tell you what. Chloe Weber, I'm amazed that Chloe Weber is here tonight, or not amazed that she's here, because I was afraid of Chloe most of the night tonight, Randy.
Yeah,
how's that?
Yeah, glad you were up here.
She was putting some leather on that ball. Chloe, good game tonight.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, I'm afraid. I'm glad Randy's in between you and I, and there's no ball on the other side that you can drill at me tonight. It was a tough night, but you had a good one tonight, man.
Yes, it was very good.
Yeah, the Bells really came in and gave you everything that you could possibly ask for tonight, couldn't you, huh?
They did, but we did everything we needed to do to get the job done.
Hey, was it good? And the crowd tonight was behind you? Everything was working extremely well for the Britons?
Yes, it was a great home game. We love the crowd. They always pump us up so much. Thanks, guys.
I was looking for some numbers. Let me grab this computer over here for us real quick, because it's sitting on the other side, and my eyes were not really good. But let's just take a look real quick at what Chloe Weber had here tonight, man. Looks like a pretty good night here this evening. You had, as we look at your numbers all the way across, you were
10 kills, 7 blocks. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
B plus this night.
Sure, we can say that.
Tell me a little bit about
Coach
that.
will probably say the same thing.
Tell me a little bit about that front line, though, tonight, because you guys really were awesome on that, right there at the point of attack this evening.
Yes, we were getting our kills in. We were not making errors, and we were doing really good blocking with our lineups. It was really good all-around offense.
You know, you've had a pretty good start to the season. Now you're in the conference, and things get really real, don't they, huh?
Yes, they do, and that's why I'm so happy we won this game. It means a lot.
It really does. Well, Chloe, congratulations. We're looking forward. We'll be back here again next Wednesday night.
Yes, I'm so excited.
And we can't wait to see you play again next Wednesday night. And again, remember, I'm an old guy, so don't hit any balls at me. How's that?
I won't.
You are very tough on that front line, and you got some good help down there as well.
Yes, I do. The team is great.
It really is. Well, Chloe, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We'll get the coach in here real quick.
Yes.
Coach, pop on in here real fast. What a big night for you guys. It was a great way to get started in the conference, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was our best blocking performance night by far. St. Mary's is such a great ball control team. They do such a great job of finding any weaknesses in defense that anyone can have. So it was really nice for our blockers to really step up and kind of take that away for us.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the way your front line was able to kind of battle through, and it seemed like they tried to change things on you, and you're able to adjust really well. And you got big hitters, but then kind of mixing that up then and being able to kind of do a little touch play at the net.
Yeah, I think this is the most, I guess, the biggest we've been. So we really bring a 6'2" right side, another almost 5'11", 6 foot right side, where we really made it tough for their outsides to score. So I think if we could funnel the ball right to our defense, that our blockers did their job.
A little concerned about the serving tonight?
We had some errors. Yeah, we missed a few at some key moments. I think we can, if our ace to error ratio is kind of even, we know we're serving tough, but a little too many missed serves at the end kind of really cost us in the third set, where we had just some unforced errors that we got to take care of.
Hey, Jim, I went through everything I know about volleyball, so it's all
You did great. You did great.
I got to point out a couple of names, because Ava Smith, I thought, had just a wonderful evening for you guys tonight.
Yeah, she's so offensive and just elevates level of play. She's a scrapper. She just defends, and then she's so offensive. She can see the other side of the court and knows when she can take it over on second contact and dump the ball. So she's great at that.
Take that back. There was one other thing. You talk about your depth. We talked at the end of that second set, you have 6 players on the floor, yet you had 7 girls with at least 3 kills. So talk about being able to run people out there and being able to use that depth of yours.
Yeah, we have a really evenly distributed offense. So I mean, even if you look at our stats, we have
3 or 4 main kill producers that are all pretty even, but that makes us really hard to defend because there's, an in-system person that we want to go to. We could spread it out across the entire net. So we can really run a spread offense, do a lot of different tempo things, which I think makes it tough on defenses.
You said spread offense, and Jim got excited because that's what he knows.
Yeah, really.
Football, right? Yeah. Spread offense, wait a minute.
Tell me a little bit, because that's the one thing, volleyball in a gym like this one, okay?
Sure.
When that thing gets up into the rafters around here, it is difficult.
We call that just a Kresge point. That's it. We give a Kresge point for the rafters. Yeah.
Is someone for you, someone against you tonight?
Exactly. We try to train that. We play in a lot of different facilities. So, for us, we train low passing and good ball control to try to eliminate that. Sometimes it goes our way, sometimes it doesn't. But.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a great start in the MIAA. I know the conference is tough this year, and it always is. But you know what? That just makes you a little better, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, it's one of the best conferences in the country. 2 teams in our conference are, receiving votes. One's number 2, I think, this week. So that just means our level of play needs to be really high, and we have to continue to grow. We're only going to be able to celebrate this win for, until tomorrow, and then we got to get better tomorrow to face our next opponent.
Yeah. Getting into the thick of it right now, too. Are you happy with the way the team started heading into the conference playoff?
Yeah, I think we did a lot of growing last week. We had a tough loss that I think really taught us a lot about ourselves and, just how we needed to grow.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to get the chance to do 2 more games here this year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we are looking forward to it. So congratulations, Coach. Our goal is to come and be 3-0 when we're done, okay?
Perfect.
And that way then everybody can say that,
it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We had something to do with it is all we hope with. How's that?
We'll take it. Yeah,
all right, very good. Well, congratulations on the win. We'll see you next Wednesday night.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That's going to wrap it up for us here at the Kresge tonight. A good job by the Britons to be able to come out 3-1 in 4 sets tonight. And I would think, Randy, the coach would like to be able to make things happen straight sets and set it on home every night, and every coach. But both teams came out here to play tonight. Both teams were ready to play tonight, and they both did a great job. And I thought we had a fun first evening here at the Kresge as we get our initial volleyball coverage underway here on the Britain Sports Network.
Yeah, I really like what she said about the serving. You want your – I didn't realize this was a thing, and maybe it's just her, but want your aces and errors to be even. It means you're being aggressive, and they definitely were aggressive. I thought the front line – was outstanding play tonight out of the Britons, a big win for them. And again, as she said, it's, the MIAA, volleyball, basketball, soccer, football, it's a tough league. Doesn't matter what it is. And it's a good win. I mean, it's going to be tough when they'll have to make that trip back to St. Mary's, try to get the season sweep, but can't win the league title if you don't win the first one. So
no doubt about that.
Off to a good start.
Off to a great start as they're now 1-0 in the conference. Big thank you tonight to my buddy Randy Roberts, who filled in for Jim Bellamy, who was under the weather tonight, and expect Jimmy to be back with us next week. But a good job of educating me on volleyball tonight, Randy, and doing a wonderful job.
Which is weird because people will tell you I don't know anything about it.
Well, thanks for coming with me here tonight. Brandon Fisher, our camera operator tonight. Kenny Ricker was doing all of the knobs and buttons and pushing all the things that he needed to do to make the video go your way tonight. And as always, a big thank you to our buddy Bobby Lee, the SID here at Albion College. That's going to do it for us tonight. The Britons win this evening 3-1. For Randy Roberts, I'm Jim Funderburg. Thanks for watching here tonight. We'll be back Wednesday night here on the Britain Sports Network.